It is recorded. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Thank you, Enagic family. My beautiful family. This is what life is about. It's about showing up so you can be able to achieve the dream, achieving what I call true time financial freedom. In order to buy back your time, you need to be a part of something that's bringing you in passive, leveraged income. You cannot be stuck to something that's just lean your income, trading dollars for hours. As you see, I have my apprentice right here, my little protege. I'm starting him off young. He's already a 6A. He doesn't even know it yet. He's 3, so maybe 3A. We'll go with that for now. And that's what life's about. And we're showing people how to achieve the dream by being able to achieve it through achieving true health, physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. I love one of my leaders said, health is wealth. Health is wealth. And that's the one thing you guys are going to hear tonight. I have an amazing brother of mine. I say brother because he is a brother from another mother. His name is Mehdi Cohen. Cohen. He just hit 6A, originally from Morocco. Morocco in the house. Eid Mubarak to my brother. Actually, for those of you that don't know what that is, for those of you that celebrate Christmas, you know how it comes once a year. We have a celebration called Eid, which happens twice a year, and it lasts for 3 days each time. So right now, today is the second day of Eid. It's a day of celebration to receive the Lord's mercy. And that's what's about. Life is about. Life is short. Live it to the fullest. So we're going to hear some knowledge, some wisdom to my man Mehdi. For those of you that are looking right now, that you can see him, and you see his, which is actually his garage, converted it into an entire Enagic Kangen Water store. Absolutely. I've actually been in it. It's actually outstanding. I couldn't believe the way he did. I was like, whoa, bro, like that's some skills. I mean, if you can see in the back of it, it's outstanding. And that's what it's about, being an entrepreneur, making it happen for yourself. And he's like, hey, why leave the house? This is a home-based business. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. Instead of having someone come to my office, they're going to come to my huge office where it actually looks like a water store. I love it, man. Dude, brother, that's genius. But hey, it helped him along his way, giving him leverage and credibility to hit 6A. For those of you who do not know what 6A is, man, that's when Enagic looks at you as a partner. They recognize you as a partner. That's like what the 1%. 1%, think about it. We got 3 million machines sold worldwide, and we probably now maybe have less than, probably 20, 25,000 6As, and he's one of them. So that's huge. That means he's brought in over 300K with the sales, and he's probably changed the lives of over 100 people. I know he's got a couple hundred people in his business, and it's booming, and I'm happy for him. Super excited. Thank you, honey, for bringing me my modern day fountain of youth, Kangen Water in the house, 9.5. So let's all have a sip, right? Let's all have a sip so we stay hydrated. It is 90 degrees in Southern California on this beautiful Wednesday today. I don't even know what date it is, because every day to me is the same day. I live a life like it's a paid vacation. And everyone else does too as well when they actually start to reap the benefits of this beautiful industry. So we're gonna go ahead and bring on my brother Mehdi. I've known him for, oh man, how long have you been in the company, brother? About 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
5 years, 5 years. We have a lot of things in connection as well, just besides being our background, our culture, our faith, our belief. And of course, he has the same mission to provide benefit to mankind. And there's no better way to do that than with Enagic, a company that represents energy and magic. Magic is a representation of life. We are living, so it's like the living force and energy. And that is Enagic, sharing the modern day fountain of youth. And my man has been doing it, him and his fiance in the back. I see her. Say, there you go. Her name is Maggie Lee. She goes by Maggie for those of you, but it's Maggie Lee's in the house. And they're both 6As. As a matter of fact, I think it's her position. He's just helping. He's just running it together. So congratulations, Maggie and Mandy, for hitting 6A. That's outstanding. I wish he would be here this week so he can walk on stage, because Enagic's having a big event this week, over 500 people being recognized, and actually Maggie and Mandy would be the people as well to be on stage getting recognized. So unfortunately he can't make it, but it's okay. He'll be there in spirit, and I'll see him the next time he's in town. So my brother Mandy, oh man, I miss you, brother. Great. It's always a privilege to see your face. You and your beautiful fiance, you guys bring me so much joy when I see that smile. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to ask you some questions, because this is about the interview, Enagic Leaders on the Rise. People want to hear that does what Dia says, does what Mr. Oshiro say, does it really work? We know that they're on top, on top of the hill living the life, but what about others that we can relate to? And Matt D is one of them, and that's why we are here interviewing 6As and up. And I'd like to know, everyone would like to know, brother, what was your guys' background before Enagic? What did you do? Were you doing a 9 to 5? Were you like everybody else in maybe the corporate world, dealing with linear income? How did you actually end up discovering Enagic? Who brought it to you? And then what was the ultimate transition for you to say, wow, I got to do this? So that's the main question we're going to go with, brother. So go ahead and take it away.
Oh, man, thank you so much, brother Habibi, man. Love you. I miss you. And for everybody on the team, thank you guys for joining. For those that don't know me, my name is Mehdi. Like he said, I'm from Morocco. I'm 32 years young. And I came to the state in 2001. I was 11 years old. My mom was going through a very nasty divorce. So she was like, I'm gonna change continent. Let me get away. She moved all the way here. And I have 2 sisters, so I'm always with females. So I always had to be the man of the house. And my dad passed away in 2005. I think a couple of years after that from a heart attack. And literally that just put something in me. I was like 15, 16 years old, so I didn't really feel that much because I had resentment on my dad's side, like he left us and this and that. So I got in a lot of trouble. I was trying to, get attention, and I got into trouble. So that caused my immigration status to be in hold and have a toll on that. So, for those that deal with immigration, you guys know what I'm talking about. So all my life, I was forced to hustle. I've always had to hustle, had to figure out how to do it. So I never had a 9 to 5. I think I worked once in McDonald's. And so since I never had the ability to go to college because of my situation, I didn't have a green card. So I've always had to flip things. I used to go to New York. I used to buy merchandise, and I was come here and triple my money. Then I'll start buying 4-wheelers, and then I'll flip 4-wheelers, and then I start flipping cars. And then one day, a friend of mine showed me about Enagic. It's actually Carlos. And, he didn't have a machine at the time. So it literally got me pissed because I was in the verge of drinking alkaline water. And like you said, Wadia, like 15 years ago in California, you guys are always ahead of the East Coast. You guys didn't know what alkaline was. Here 5 years ago, nobody knew what alkaline was. So I just knew that if you alkalize your body, I didn't know that, it's done through chemicals, all this stuff that they put in bottles. So I've always valued alkaline, and I was in the verge of, always buying bottled alkaline water. So if it had alkaline 8.5, 8.7, glacier water, whatever, I was buying it. So when my friend actually showed me your video, it was the 10-minute Kangen King video, bro, I literally, it just started doing these things in my head. And I'm like, wow, I can have a machine that can make the water that I spent $4 or $5 and 1 liter bottle just to get hydrated. I can have it forever, and you were talking about the hydrogen and all this stuff. And I'm like, there's more to it. I was tripping, bro. So that's how I kind of got involved. And remember the first time we went to the Fort Lauderdale meeting, it was my first event that I ever been to, and I met you. I was like, that's the guy from the video. And it was just that connection. And I loved every second of it. And that's how we got involved with Enagic. I was actually begging Isaac, because Isaac was the one that had the machine. Whenever they told me, I wanted to buy it in full. So I'm the type that I buy first and then I research later. Most people, they research and then they buy. It's like backwards. So me, I bought it because I told him I want to buy it full pay. He was like, no, bro, they have in-house financing. I had like $1,000. And he was like, bro, just go ahead and get it. There's no interest. You can just pay it off whenever. And whenever I got that, and it literally, because I was like, we're in America, who doesn't charge interest, you know? And then when he's like, no, bro, they're Japanese and all this stuff. And then it made sense. I was like, all right, bro, let's get it. So once I told him, they were trying to structure other people, and he was like blowing my phone off. 3 days, I was begging him, texting, hey, bro, what's up? I'm ready to get my machine. I'm ready to get my machine. And that's how I got involved. So I was that cell everybody looks for, you know what I mean?
I love it. That's a heck of a story, man. That's a heck of a testimony. You went through quite a bit of struggle. You sound a little bit of like my background. So, you know, having Enagic in my life was a real appreciation, showing gratitude, because I kind of know what it's like where the system is kind of holding you down, holding you back, trying to control you on what you can and cannot do. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, do not allow nobody to dictate what your value is worth, and never settle. So when you find something that can truly allow you to achieve your value's worth, then that's when you can truly reach your potential. And Enagic is that opportunity. That's why we say Enagic liberates, Enagic provides. And I'm so glad that you were blessed with this opportunity. I'm so happy and privileged that you're a part of my family, my Enagic family. And I'm here, I'm committed. I'm here to stay to help every single one of my family members in Enagic reach the top, because that's what it's about. It's about investing into your team. In order to reach, you know, a high level of success, you have to help others and invest in others to duplicate and to achieve the same success. It's not about you're in business just by yourself. No, you're in business by yourself and for the people, with a community of people that are going to help you get there. You know, like, you know, we're all hand in hand, people helping people. And that's the beautiful thing about this opportunity. So what keeps you highly motivated? What keeps you inspired to run at this thing every single day? Because this is not easy. Investing into people, coaching people, helping people dive in the world of self-development, educating them, empowering them, making them feel good. What keeps you motivated? You know, for me, it's my why. So I got to know what's your why, and what is it that keeps you motivated? Because to me, that's the essence of belief, and that's the inspiration. So go ahead, brother. Go ahead and tell us.
Awesome question. I love that. So yeah, I mean, literally, my motivation comes from, you know, the calls. Like, I'm always plugged up to calls. Like, I do Gabriel Saturday calls for leadership. It's just, you even say this all the time. It's like, you guys plug yourself up to the calls. That's mini events that we have. And whenever I'm done with these calls, I feel like I'm on fire, like I'm unstoppable. Like, I just got to speak to everybody. So that's what gives me that fire to stay motivated, you know. And I try to host masterminds with my group. You know, we're always coming together, either at the office, either we go to the lake, and everything that comes out from my mouth, it's Enagic. I'm like most people that don't want to hear it, they either disappear from my life, because that's all I want to talk about. Because this was giving me this lifestyle, this was getting me this freedom, this was helping me. Basically, I helped her quit her 9 to 5, because she was in the corporate field. Like, she's been in the hospital front desk nurse for 10 years. And thanks to Enagic, she starts seeing what we did with Enagic for the first 2 years. And I never want to pressure her to quit her job. I want her to make her own decisions, you know? So once she saw everything, one day she just surprised me. She's like, babe, I think I'm going to run with you. What's up? And she quit her job. So it's literally that fire that you got to keep in your circle, in your family, and your people that want to grow with you. And I think that's the biggest motivation. And like, even when I first started with this and start doing my research, an amazing advice that Isaac had gave me was, bro, you got to develop yourself as a person. You know, because I was going through the science. I wanted to know the hydrogen. I wanted to know all this stuff. But once he told me, you got to develop yourself. So I really valued to take time to watch videos about personal development and about how to grow as a human being, because we're in a connection business. We are literally connecting with people. If you don't know how to connect with people, you're going to struggle in this business. And in life in general, we all sell. You sell the story to your wife. You sell a story to your mom. We sell. We just don't want to be labeled as the pushy salesman, because we basically have a different value on what sales are. So that's my biggest motivation. And even when we went to the first event in Las Vegas, I met your dad for the first time, Mudia, and he gave us a message. I recorded him, and it was so amazing. He was like, guys, you know, you guys gonna have distractions, and people are gonna push away from you, and people are gonna tell you about their opportunities and that it's better than yours, and it's not. And if you leave us, you know, we're still here. When you come back, we're gonna hug on you. Like those words always stay ringing in my head, and it's literally that family that Enagic gives. I never seen it anywhere else. And to tie in that with my why, like what you said, because that's just what keeps me fired up, like what keeps me, you know, motivated so I can work and I can do and be the best version of myself. But my biggest why, man, it's first of all, it's God. You know, I have to be connected to the source. If I am good to God and I am a good human being, then my values go with everything and it aligns with everything that I want to do in life. And second of all, is my mom. Like I seen her struggle, bro, for so long, trying to raise us, you know, by herself, trying to give us a better future. So she's that anchor. I don't know if you guys heard of that. When you guys have a strong why, you got to keep an anchor. And that's my anchor that grounds me to give. That's my deep why. That's what makes me cry. You know what I mean? That's what makes me super motivated to actually help her out and give her back. So in my position, I'm like, we can't be both swimming trying to hold on to each other. We're going to drown. Let me swim to the edge and let me get you out. So that's why I'm running full with this. And I'm really pursuing this amazing company and family. It's like, if you see the pillars of Mr. Oshiro, is like, you know, the physical and mental and then the financial. He really believes in that. It's like, change your water, change your life. Like, that's not, I used to think it was corny. Like, what is, you know, you're just going to start drinking water and magically you're going to change? No. And now I live it. I am a living proof of what has this water done for me, my family, my team, the people I love on every day, and the people I bring on. And it's just, I'm not stopping until I die, I think, you know.
I love it, man. I love it. Speaking from the heart, keeping it real, and honestly, everything that you're saying is absolutely true. First of all, number one thing is as I got leaders that just flew in, that you know we got Eric Brown in the house.
Eric
just hit 6A right behind me. His partner in life, Louisa, crushing it, right, killing it right now. She's holding the record for direct sales. She's the #1 recruiter for those of you that want to hear it big. Woo, woo! She's about to smash 6A, but I'm impressed. I think she's got 60 directs within just hitting 6A. I had 34, so I thought I was doing good having a record. She's about to double me and pass me up. But that's what it is. It's about attracting like-minded individuals. And everything you're saying, brother, is absolutely the truth. It's not getting distracted. It's being determined, having the purpose, having tunnel vision. You know, say like 100% tunnel vision, making this your obsession, making this your passion, where every day you're putting 110% into this. Because if you invest 110% within a short period of time, it's going to pay you and allow you to have that lifestyle that you desire for the rest of your life. It's not like the rest of the world that are, you know, they're starting one career 5 years later, they're in the same place they were 5 years before, then 5 years after that, they're still in the same place. But with what we're doing, when you can put your whole heart, your whole energy, have that true sincerity, that true intention, and the true belief of why you're doing it. Like you said, brother, you lost your father. All you have is your mother. You know, like I said, I just got back from a funeral today. Family is 100% the foundation of life outside of the creator. So the creator is the foundation, but family is the glue. Family is the glue that keeps us going, keeps us feeling loved and giving love. It's so important. That's the essence of why we're here, is to procreate and to spread throughout the world and help one another. Because we have your immediate family, then we have your extended family, and that's what we are. We're all the children of Adam. And if you have a good family structure, because what I do, honestly, brother, my why is behind me as well. Little Luke, man, my family is my why, because I saw today with a relative of mine. He's actually my cousin who passed away, and he's just 3 years older than me. and I grew up with him, and he left behind 3 boys. And I'm hearing stories how he wasn't really around and he was struggling and a lot of tribulations and turmoil. And that's what happens. If you're not there for your children because you're busy slaving away in society trying to provide, it's robbing your precious time that you have to invest in your children, and you can't give it to them, they're going to become products of their environments. And so something can happen. It rips them away. So with Enagic, what it does is through this amazing opportunity to pay it forward, to provide something beneficial for your family and for your families around the world, is that you're going to receive the thank you checks. And those thank you checks are going to buy back your freedom. So then now you get invested in your passion if you don't have the responsibilities of, like, say, a spouse or children. But if you do, now you truly can have the time to invest it with what you hold dear in your life. And for me, brother, I was in the same shoes when I came home at 28 years old as a single father, fresh out of being incarcerated for 10 years. I was like, what am I going to do? And I'm sick. So I don't have my health. What am I going to do? I have no options. But let me tell you something. When you're a good person, you have good intentions, and you really want to help people, the Creator will provide. God will provide a way. And all you got to do is just pay attention and don't stand in your own way. I see people standing in their own way all of the time. All of the time. And I tell people, look, if you're not in your life, if you're not where you want to be, and the person who's trying to help you be where you want to be is already there, then just close the mouth and just listen. Be receptive, be open to consider what they may have to say that can change your life, because obviously they want to help, and not that many people around the world want to help. What does Mr. Shearer say? You got to give before you take. And what does the world want to do majority of the time? They want to take. So I love everything that you're saying. It's all about purpose. It's finding the meaning of life, and you can do that within Enagic. Enagic provides in all aspects. I love what I'm hearing from you, brother. You got me fired up. I love this. I love what I do. So, as you're growing your business as a leader in your organization, what do you do to keep it going? How do you still that duplication? How do you create teams? Because I hear from top leaders that they're crushing it when it comes to the direct, but it's that duplication of how do I get my teams to see this? How do I move them to action? And so, and I noticed with you, you've created a community, you've created a culture. That's what what Eric Brown and Luis have done as well with their home, opening up their home and creating that community, creating that culture, that family environment. So people can go, wow, this ain't just about the sale. This is about a community, a culture of like-minded individuals. So I know that's what you're doing. Let's hear more about it, brother, on that. And also, do you see, is this it? Are you planting your flag here? Is this long-term? Are you going anywhere? Is this what you see? Is Enagic your home? That's the last 2 questions. You can end it with that, brother. And I think that will carry the call and where it needs to be.
Oh man, amazing questions, Woody. You're always coming through with these amazing questions, man. Honestly, bro, you want to first become the leader you want others to be. So you want to have the qualities that you want to see your leaders. And I've been struggling with that, trying to create and duplicate myself. And I didn't understand that I needed to work on myself. So the biggest thing that I'm doing lately, and I've been studying, is John C. Maxwell. He talks about the 5 levels of leadership. So it's that, like, we have to be able to be that position, because I even wrote them down. You have the position, and then you get permission, and then it's production, and then development or people development, and then the pinnacle. So it's like we want to just jump to the pinnacle without doing all the work. And me, I'm like Luisa. I think I had to do it. I had to do it to prove it to myself that it can be done. That way I can teach them, hey man, this is what I do. And then people now, without a doubt, believe in me. So it's like, it's always keep looking for the gold. Daniel D. McCauley talks about this. We're just miners, and we're digging for the gold. Because if you have other people that are qualified for a certain position, it's going to be better. It's going to be better for the team. And then help the other people to develop, and depending on the level of leadership they're at. So I think that's always been my thing. It's how can I view it? How can I do it? How can I be able to chew it up and then give it back? and be like, hey, this is how it's done. It took me 5 years, bro. You know, and I never give up, because to me, this is my way out. And if you ask me like where I'm going nowhere, bro. You know, I planted my flag since the day one, since, you know, I start seeing about this product, because I'm always giving back. This is just my love language. It's service and serving people. So I've always been able to serve people and serve people. And when I was able to do it and get paid, like, look at, this was a week. I had like 28 checks, bro. You know, it was just a week of work. And literally, I was like, wow, you know, I gotta do this every day. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm literally, you know, telling all my teams, let's get plugged up. I'm learning how to develop myself to the max. That way I can be able to duplicate and show them the road, because the road is already painted. Until I didn't start plugging myself up to these calls and seeing what other leaders are doing and be like, man, I'm just trying the hard way. I was trying to do different ways. And then I have people that trying to do it their different ways. And I'm like, bro, stop, just come back. Here's the road, you know? And you say this all the time. And you were like, man, I'm here for you guys. How long you been trying to get me on calls and get me to step up and do what I needed to do? But sometimes you got to go through it here. So I had to develop that. I had to give up bad habits and let go of things that were distracting me and getting me away. I was not going nowhere with Enagic. I was staying here, but you still get distractions, like Eli would say. You know, Papa Eli, like, oh, people will pull on you. Things, beautiful, shiny objects, and we're just gonna be pulled from different ways until we be like, no, I'm laser focused. This is my goal. It's right there, and I'm going there. Are you coming with me? Are you coming with me? Are we all going? And I'm gonna hold hands with the people that want to go, and we're gonna go there. So it's my thing, man. It's my future. Like you were saying, you did this because there was no way out. With myself, there's no way out, bro. Like you said, I'm working her account. You know, I'm still, you know, but I'm able to provide because Enagic is letting me, bro. It's boggles my mind. And once I'll be able to do it, guess what? I'm gonna hit 6A in 3 months. I'm trying to hit 6A the fastest. Cause you know, and open up accounts in Morocco, because Morocco is a hub. You know, we have a port to Europe, port to all the entry to all Africa. And that's my goal, is to take it and help people out there and develop leaders and help these people have another opportunity, because everybody cries about that there's no opportunities. And you've seen this when you go in third world countries. You see how fast people jump on this because they value opportunity much more than other people that live in comfort zone. Nah, bro, I'm good. You know, I got my 9 to 5. I got this. So, you know, I think this is not even the beginning. You said this in last fall. You were like, you got to act as a 1A. And guess what, guys? I hit 6A, but we're back to 1A. And we're going to start it over with the best duplication, with the best way, with the best rhetoric, like you always talk about. And it's just time to take it over, man.
Man, that was spot on. That was beautiful, man. That was woo, wisdom, words of wisdom. Hey man, you are a leader, leading by example. That's all I can say. Leader, leading by example, staying focused on himself and his teams, and keeping his eyes on the vision. I keep trying to tell everybody, it's all about painting the vision. People need to see what you see. They need to be able to grasp it so they can experience it, because they can feel the energy, they can feel the passion, but it's for us to make the vision clear and show them that they don't have to recreate the wheel. The roadmap is already created. You just got to duplicate and love and rub on people and give them some water and plug them into the calls so they can relate to other people that are part of the same movement. And so they can relate to that. So they go, wow, that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly what I need. And I love what I'm hearing, man. I love it. And mastery. Those 5 things that you wrote down, it's about mastery. It's about knowing it, being it, and doing it. That's one thing that I was able to take in right before I started. Literally, before I even was ready to build my business, I told my dad, get out of the way, I'm gonna do the demo. He was like, whoa. because I said, first, when he was giving me the books, when I first had the water introduced to me, I took that time to do the due diligence and educate myself. And as I was educating myself, and then I was talking it, sharing it, and doing it, I was able to master it. And that's why I ended up becoming the king of demos. And people say, well, Wadi is the one, follow. It's because I wanted to master it, because I came from a background. I came from an era which was, you got to stay ready. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. And when it comes to this opportunity, I know for a fact when I'm talking to somebody and I hear doubt, you go without. The person knows what they're talking about. Right? But when you talk to somebody and you hear conviction, you hear certainty, you hear faith, you hear belief, you hear passion, you're inspired, you feel like they're influencing you to move in a direction that's going to suit you, to best benefit you and your family, you take action. That's when people take action. Because they're listening to what you're saying. They're buying you. They may love the water, they may love the opportunity, they love the company, but they're buying you. And they're putting their trust and faith into you to help them get to where they need to be. And so the best way to show gratitude and appreciation, right, to the creator for the blessings that you're being received with Enagic is to always be available and accessible to the people that need you, to be a dependable leader. Just like you may feel that I'm dependable, I'm just giving you an example to say, you need to learn to be dependable. And then people will follow you. And then once they know that you're never going to go anywhere, they're never going to go anywhere, because that's where loyalty lies, is when they know that you're looking out for their best interests. And that's everything. Treat it like a family. I love what you're saying, man. And also another key, guys, patience. Patience. I suffer from it all the time. I suffer from all the time. I could have made probably $4 or $5 more million this past 6 months if I was just patient on some of my investments. Patient. So I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to practice every day, right? So we all suffer from that. So as you're building your business, think of it like crops. Think of it like farming. What do farmers got to do when they're dealing with agriculture? They got to first toil the field. They got to prepare the soil. They got to plant the seeds. They got to water it. They got to, right? Once they water it, then they got to wait. They got to wait for the harvest. They got to be patient with the creator. They got to wait for the rain and the timing and the sunlight. And then finally, the fruits of their labors will appear right before their eyes because they were patient. A lot of us don't understand what the science of God gives us right before us. He says, look at crops. That's how you got to treat your business. That's how you have to treat your life. Cultivate it and take time to develop it and be patient. And eventually the fruits of your labor will manifest. Give it up. So you all have a beautiful 9.5 evening and day. I love you all. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Mandy, and your beautiful fiance, Maggie. I can't wait till you guys, I'm going to show up at you guys' wedding. I'm like, woo! I love it. When you guys, when you bring God into your life and you just solidify that relationship, that's when if you guys really want to know my success, it's because of my wife. I was running at this and I was striving at this and I was like, man, why am I not seeing it? I'm seeing it with what I have going on with my dad, but my own labor, why am I not seeing it? But I swear, man, the minute I had gotten married to my wife, within the first couple months, it was just rain and checks. It was just rain and checks. I was like, oh my God, we were looking at each other's eyes. I was like, what happened? And I said, it's because I made everything in my life lawful, permissible. You said it. I wanted to say halal, I wanted to say kosher, but I made it permissible. I brought God into my life, at the fullest manner. And that's when you're going to see truly success. Bring God into everything that you do. When you're driving a car, when you're having a sip of water, before you're about to eat, when you finish eat, always be thankful, always be in gratitude. And when you do that, he will rain down the abundance of the blessings, because it's us who negate it. Right? It's us who negate it. The sun's always shining. People say, God's not here. Where is he? The sun's always shining. His light's always shining. It's us who dig a hole and cover ourselves up in darkness. All we got to do is pull ourselves out and look at the bright, beautiful sky and say, all praise be. So thank you all for being on this call, for showing up. I love you all. Can't wait to see you all soon. Giving you all big hugs. And have a great, beautiful 9.5 evening and 9.5 day. This call is recorded. So share it to your teams, so they can be inspired and moved by this movement and say, man, I want to join this family because this is some real substance. I need this, right? So I love you all. Thank you all so much, Gabe. I'll see you, everybody. All right. And till the next one. Take care. God bless.
What's up, man?